all the fat has rendered. That's exactly what you want. You can see we did it in what, how many minutes? 12? 15 minutes? All right? I'm going to turn these two pieces over just a little bit more because I want them to cook. But the breasts are looking perfect. All right, so while that's happening, I'm going to make something called salsa verde, okay? Almost every culture has a green sauce that they use.
Yep.
Mexico has has their own salsa verde made with tomatillos. In Italy, there's something called a salsa verde with lots of herbs. There's some anchovies in it, lots of garlic, some olive oil. So we're going to make that really quickly right now. So we're going to take a whole bunch of flat leaf Italian parsley, not the curly parsley. That's for the airlines. It's grown exclusively for every airline. And then, so we're going to take a little bit of parsley. And when you buy herbs like this, especially like the flat leaf parsley, you really need a lot more than you think you're going to need, because when you start cutting it in the food processor, it's going to basically disappear.
Yep.
No stems. We don't like stems. And then some fresh tarragon. Tarragon tastes like, it's like licorice almost. It has that sort of anise flavor. I thought you were going to do this for me, Mona. Guess not. Okay. Yeah, here, finish the tarragon so I can go to the next stuff. So we have tarragon and parsley, and then we have some chives.
Oh, I don't know.
Some fresh chives. Lots of flavor in here. And then we have some garlic. We have garlic? Oh, okay. You want me to crush that, don't you? That's how you break up garlic. You just kind of get on top of it like that, and then you do the same thing with the individual cloves. So I take a knife, my one utensil, and I just take the knife, and be careful with this, and you just kind of press down, and what happens is the skin comes right off the garlic. Okay, just like that. Put the garlic cloves in there. So this sauce, obviously is very herbaceous with the parsley and the tarragon and the chives. It's garlicky, garlic. And then has some olive oil to give it a really nice texture. It's almost kind of like a pesto, but it doesn't have the nuts in it, and it doesn't have cheese in it. So it's not going to be thick. It's going to be more like a finishing sauce almost. All right? And then we're going to put the secret ingredient in, anchovies. How many people here will not eat anchovies? You're missing out.
I'll eat it.
And just for the record, thank you, anchovy crowd. I feel like only this section is anchovies. Was there a question here of do you eat anchovies? You go to section B. Caesar salads, you like them?
Yep.
Yeah, you're eating anchovies. Tapenade, the black olive tapenade that you eat with bread that your friends put out when you come to their house, there's anchovies in it. Anchovies is like the ultimate salt because it has a natural salty flavor, but it actually has a much rounder flavor than just putting salt in something. Some people have aversion to anchovies. Here's my suggestion. Don't tell them. Just put it in there. They're going to be like this. Wow, that is great. What's in there? Just say, some herbs and stuff, some garlic. Some recipe Bobby Flay taught me. I don't know what's in it. I forget. No one cares. You need the anchovies. We cook with anchovies at Gazzo all the time. It's one of the Mediterranean's great gifts. And then we're going to add our extra virgin olive oil. Remember that we're not cooking with. And some salt and pepper. Always season everything. Want to check our chicken? A little salt, a little pepper.
Just like a pinch.
Just buzz this up. I can never get this to work. Oh, wow. A little more oil. Beautiful.
That's yummy.
Okay. Do we have something to put this in? I'll put it in here. I like this. So I want to show you guys the consistency of this. See how it's sort of flowing, but it's beautiful.
Yep.
And this is great on fish, chicken, vegetables. I mean, anything you want to put this on, it works really, really nicely. It's a great finishing sauce. And you notice, it took me, a couple of minutes to kind of throw the whole thing together. It's done. Question?
Morning, Bobby. My
Hi.
husband and I love watching all your shows.
Thank you.
Well, not recently, we've actually had it for a number of years, our big green egg. My husband is a master of grilling on that. Do you have a favorite grilling method or a grill?
On the big green egg?
Well, no, do you have a favorite? We love our big green egg.
I love the big green.
He's mastered it.
I love the big green egg for smoking things. I think the big green egg makes everybody look good. Honestly, I mean it does. I mean it's one of those things. It's like like he was talking about infomercials before. It's like set it and forget it. That's the big green egg. You put like a big piece of pork shoulder or a brisket or some ribs in there. You spice it up. You light it up. You put some wood chips in there. You close it. And how many hours later, depending on what it is, you open it up, and the thing is magic. It's fantastic. So I love the big green egg for smoking. And then I like classic charcoal grills. You can use a Weber or whatever, obviously, to grill. Most people now are using gas grills, which is totally fine. You get no flavor from it, but you just make sure that you season your food really well.
Thank you.
Sure, you got it. Yes.
All right, I've been watching, I guess, anything related to Bobby Flay for quite a few years, but I'm not a stalker, just a big fan.
Okay.
So what was the name of the guy you had a show with where you did the grilling and he always liked wild game? That was back in...
Jack McDavid.
Exactly, that was a long time ago. And was that the only show you had with him?
Yes.
Okay, and occasionally he shows up. He's kind of interesting. Does he do any other Food Network shows as well?
You want me to get him his number?
Yeah, you'd be a great guest as well. You guys together were pretty funny because you're very different, it seems.
Well, that was kind of the point of the show. See, he was the country guy, I was the city guy.
Yeah.
Grilling, chilling, country, city.
Yeah.
Like, I used blenders, he didn't know how to use electricity. It was,
Good show.
Right there for you.
Also on Beat Bobby Flay, we watched that.
I feel like this is my life right here.
Yeah. I know, I swear I'm not a stalker. And anyway, we just saw the
I'm not convinced.
we think it's almost fixed. You almost win every time on the Beat Bobby Flay.
Well, it's my show. Of course I
We enjoy watching you very much. Thanks.
That's the way it works. Thank you. Question?
Yes. Bobby, thank you so much for being with us this morning. We're really excited. I love your sangria recipe. Since winter's coming, is there a way that we could adjust it so it would then be glühwein?
For Thanksgiving.
Adjust the sangria?
Yeah, use something similar to that to have a winter glühwein, a hot wine, mulled wine sort of thing.
Oh, mulled wine. Yeah, you can put like cinnamon stick in it and stuff like that if you want to get those sort of autumnal flavors.
The same fruit. Maybe not the blackberries.
Yeah, you could. No, you could definitely use it. Absolutely. I don't like hot wine.
If it's really, really cold outside in the snow, it's good.
Just do a shot of bourbon, you'll be fine. Don't be heating up wine.
Let's hear it for Kentucky.
Exactly. We love Kentucky. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, I completely understand it. And what's a hot toddy? Whiskey, hot water, and lemon. You can do that.
No.
You don't like that?
Sick.
No, just, you know what, just drink the sangria, you'll be fine.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi there. I'm a Head Start teacher, so I'm used to modeling behavior with 4-year-olds.
What kind of teacher?
Head Start 4-year-olds.
Okay.
They're underprivileged.
Okay.
So we were watching the show The Big Waste, my husband and I thought that was fascinating. And I'm wondering, as Food Network chefs, all of you, do you all talk about, because that show talked so much about using produce that was more blemished and stuff, do you all talk about modeling and kind of highlighting that behavior in your shows so we as consumers would be doing the same thing and wasting less?
I mean, I think it's responsible to think that way. And I think that we all do. I mean, one thing as a restaurant chef, you're taught to save food costs at every turn. And so, you know, the idea that you would use every single piece of ingredient that you can possibly use is really the way we've been trained. And so, yes, we talk about it all the time, absolutely. But I think the key is getting the general public to think in that way.
Right. So I'm just thinking if you all, when you were doing that as you're cooking for us, if you highlighted that and said, you know, we're not going to waste this or whatever, I think that we might be more quick to jump on the bandwagon and we should be responsible, but I think that might help us to emulate what we see you all doing.
Okay, I agree with that. You're 100% right. I will start doing that right now. I will. I totally agree with you. Yes?